Thither came the twain, and when Geraint beheld her first in field awaiting him, he felt, were she the prize of bodily force, himself beyond the rest pushing could move the chair of Idris. Enil's rusted arms were on his princely person, but through these prince-like his bearing shone. And errant knights and ladies came, and by the town flowed in, and settling circled all the lists. And there they fixed the forks into the ground, and over these they placed the silver wand, and over that the golden sparrow-hawk. Then Enil's nephew, after trumpet blown, spake to the lady with him, and proclaimed, "Advance and take, as fairest of the fair, what I these 2 years past have won for thee, the prize of beauty." Loudly spake the prince, "Forbear, there is a worthier." And the knight with some surprise and thrice as much disdain turned, and beheld the four, and all his face glowed like the heart of a great fire at Yule. So burnt he was with passion, crying out, "Do battle for it then, no more." And thrice they clashed together, and thrice they brake their spears. Then each, dishorsed and drawing, lashed at each so often and with such blows, that all the crowd wondered, and now and then from distant walls there came a clapping as of phantom hands. So twice they fought, and twice they breathed, and still the dew of their great labor and the blood of their strong bodies flowing drained their force. But either's force was matched till Enil's cry, "Remember that great insult done the queen," increased Geraint's, who heaved his blade aloft, and cracked the helmet through, and bit the bone, and felled him, and set foot upon his breast, and said, "Thy name?" To whom the fallen man made answer, groaning, "Edurn, son of Nud." "Ashamed am I that I should tell it thee, my pride is broken. Men have seen my fall." "Then, Edurn, son of Nud," replied Geraint, "these two things shalt thou do, or else thou diest. First, thou thyself with damsel and with dwarf shalt ride to Arthur's court, and coming there crave pardon for that insult done the queen, and shalt abide her judgment on it. Next, thou shalt give back their earldom to thy kin. These two things shalt thou do, or thou shalt die." And Edurn answered, "These things will I do, for I have never yet been overthrown, and thou hast overthrown me, and my pride is broken down, for Enid sees my fall." And rising up he rode to Arthur's court, and there the queen forgave him easily. And being young he changed, and came to loathe his crime of traitor, slowly drew himself bright from his old dark life, and fell at last in the great battle fighting for the king. But when the third day from the hunting morn made a low splendor in the world, and wings moved in her ivy, Enid, for she lay with her fair head in the dim yellow light, among the dancing shadows of the birds, woke and bethought her of her promise given no later than last eve to Prince Geraint. So bent he seemed on going the third day, he would not leave her till her promise given, to ride with him this morning to the court, and there be made known to the stately queen, and there be wedded with all ceremony. At this she cast her eyes upon her dress, and thought it never yet had looked so mean. For as a leaf in mid-November is to what it is in mid-October, seemed the dress that now she looked on to the dress she looked on ere the coming of Geraint. And still she looked, and still the terror grew of that strange, bright, and dreadful thing, a court, all staring at her in her faded silk. And softly to her own sweetheart she said, "This noble prince who won our earldom back, so splendid in his acts and his attire, sweet heaven, how much I shall discredit him. Would he could tarry with us here a while, but being so beholden to the prince, it were but little grace in any of us, bent as he seemed on going this third day, to seek a second favour at his hands. Yet if he could but tarry a day or two, myself would work eye dim and finger lame, far liefer than so much discredit him.